Hello viewers, welcome to the BSSS online learning platform. This is Anita Jaume Thomas, Assistant Professor from Department of Management, and today we are going to look into an important element of Indian Contract Act, and that is capacity of parties. It is important for any individual to be competent to enter into a contract. So, in order to make a contract valid, it is essential for the parties entering into a contract to be competent. According to section 11 of Indian Contract Act 1872, every person is competent to contract who is of the age of majority according to the law which he is subject. That is, the person is required to be a major. That means a minor cannot enter into a contract. Number 2, who is of sound mind? That means the person should not be of unsound mind. If he is, then he is incompetent to enter into a contract. And the third one, if the person is not disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject. That is, there are certain persons who are disqualified by the law, for example, criminals. So, let us understand this with an example. X, a minor, borrows rupees 20,000 from a moneylender and mortgages his valuables and signs some papers. On attaining majority, X files a suit against the moneylender that the mortgage executed by him when he was a minor is void and should be cancelled. The court accepts the same and X is relieved from the liability. Now, you need to remember that there are certain cases where a person remains minor till the age of 21. So, this is basically in two cases where a guardian has been appointed to manage minor's property under the Guardian and Wards Act 1890 and where the management of minor's property is assumed by the court of wards. That is, the minor's property will be managed by the guardian. In these two cases, the person will be considered as a minor only. Now, let us understand the consequences of entering into a contract or an agreement with a minor. Number 1, the first consequence is that an agreement with a minor is null and void from the beginning. We also term it as void ab initio, that is void from the beginning. That means such contracts cannot be enforceable by the law. Second consequence, minor can be a promisee or beneficiary. If a contract benefits a minor, then such agreement is valid and enforceable. Now, the basic reason here is that because the person or a minor will be a promisee or beneficiary. If anything benefits a minor, such a contract becomes completely valid and enforceable by law. Thus, a minor is permitted to act as a beneficiary for a contract. The third consequence is no ratification. An agreement with a minor is void and hence cannot be ratified even if the minor attains the age of majority. The fourth consequence, no estoppel. Even if a minor is misrepresenting his age, inducing a person to enter into a contract with him, then also the minor cannot be made liable for such an act. Thus, there can be no estoppel against the minor. No specific performance. This is the fifth consequence or effect. As a contract with the minor is void, he cannot be asked for any specific performance of the contract, but the contract can be specifically enforced only if it falls under the following exceptions. Number 1, if the guardian enters into the contract on behalf of the minor. Number 2, if the minor is getting benefited from the contract. Now, let us see what is the sixth consequence, no insolvency. As a minor is incapable of entering into a contract, he cannot be declared insolvent. The seventh effect, a minor as a shareholder. a minor cannot act as a shareholder in any company. The eighth effect, minor acting as a partner. A minor person cannot act as a partner but can be made a beneficiary of the partnership as per the Partnership Act 1932. The ninth one, a minor as an agent. So, a minor can be appointed as an agent, but he cannot delegate his authority to any other person. He will not be liable to the Principal Forest Act. These were few important effects of entering into a contract with a minor. Now, let us see who are the persons of unsound mind. According to section 12, a person is said to be of sound mind if he is capable of understanding and forming rational judgments regarding a contract entered into by him by affecting his interest. So, that means if you are required to be of a sound mind, that is, you do understand the materials in the way it is, that means it should benefit you and your interest. Now, remember one thing, an individual can become unsound. So, unsoundness of mind may arise from few of the following items: idiocy, lunacy, drunkenness, mental decay, etc. There are few people who are usually disqualified from the law, that is, disqualified by the law means they are disqualified from entering into a contract. So, let us see who are they. Number 1, alien enemy. A person who is not an Indian citizen is called as an alien. So, no contract can be made with an alien enemy during the subsistence of war, except with the prior approval of the Indian government. So, let us understand this with an example. Say, India and China entered into a contract, especially in good times. As the situation has worsened, or you can say changed, we can say that the countries might have turned hostile in order to perform a contract. A contract may get suspended because China has become an alien enemy to the country. The second party is a convict. A convict is a person who is sentenced by a competent court to the death or for imprisonment. When I am saying about death, I am talking about the death sentence. A convicted person cannot enter into a contract while undergoing the sentence. When the period of his sentence is over or he is pardoned, then he becomes competent to enter into a contract. The third person or third kind of parties are insolvents. Now, we all know insolvents are generally disqualified by the law from entering into a contract. The fourth party is a foreign national. They cannot enter into a contract unless an Indian citizen obtains a prior approval from the government of India. This is basically because if you are required to sue them in the Indian court of law, you need to have such prior approvals. The fifth party is business corporations. A company is an artificial person created by law and is incompetent to contract. So, quite naturally, an corporation or company can enter into contract only through their agents. So, the last person disqualified by the law is professionals, doctors and lawyers, as they are bound by the code of conduct of their profession. Now, we will be taking care of free consent in the upcoming videos. So, stay tuned for it. For more videos, please subscribe our YouTube channel BSSS Rhythm. Thank you.